Dricus Du Plessis has a $10,000 proposal for Chimaev. The proposal goes like this: I'll give you $10,000 every time you can take me down.
DDP and Khamzat Chimaev. Who emerges from that?
DDP, man, he is something else, bro. For so long we thought he just was bad. He's not. He's really good. He's like really, really good.
Khamzat Chimaev unleashes fiery words ahead of his showdown with Dricus Du Plessis, vowing total domination in their upcoming clash. With raw intensity and zero restraint, Chimaev paints a brutal picture of what awaits Du Plessis inside the octagon. Corey Sandhagen shares a similar take. He thinks if Khamzat fails to finish the fight early, DDP could take control in the later rounds. The longer it drags out, the more dangerous Dricus becomes.
Cool, that'll be a good fight. It's hard to bet against either one of them, honestly, just because they've both been looking really awesome. I think that if Chimaev doesn't finish him early, I think DDP will probably win that one.
What do you think's more likely? Do you think it's an early finish, or do you think DDP will?
No, I don't think so. I think DDP will be a lot bigger and really hard to take down and hold down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that like grappling in the way that Chimaev does, you don't have like 5 rounds of that in you, or maybe he does, but I don't think that he will. And then I think as the fight goes on, he'll get a little bit tired, and DDP's size and his conditioning is such a factor.
Adding to this growing sentiment, Chael Sonnen points out a shift in the narrative. He says the division, the media, and even the fans, according to DraftKings betting data, are turning on Khamzat. Once hailed alongside Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor as a media darling, Khamzat now faces unexpected doubt despite being a feared presence in 2 divisions since his arrival.
The division is turning on Chimaev, and the media is turning on Chimaev. And according to my own partners at DraftKings, you, the fans, the bettors, are turning on Chimaev. And I don't know where that's coming from. Khamzat Chimaev has been the boogie monster of 2 divisions from the day that he got here. The media has never loved anybody more than Chimaev. Now, they love 2 people equal, Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor. But the 3 of them were media darlings like our sport has never seen.
Just like many experts, Jack Hermanson echoes the idea, saying that if DDP can stretch the fight into the later rounds, he stands a real chance at winning. The deeper it goes, the better it might be for Dricus.
That's going to be an amazing fight, and I think Khamzat is going to pull it off. But I do think that, especially early, I think it's going to be tough for Dricus. But if he can push the fight into the later rounds, I think he can have an advantage. So it's going to be a really interesting one. But I'll bet my money on Khamzat in that one. But not like some people think that he's just going to run him over. But I think it's going to be a tough fight.
Former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman gave his thoughts and predictions for the UFC middleweight title fight at UFC 319 between challenger Khamzat Chimaev and champion Dricus Du Plessis. He admires Khamzat, but also talks about how DDP has taken down 3 champions back-to-back. He says we gotta respect each fighter.
And just lastly, who do you see taking the belt at 185?
At 185? Listen, I told you guys, don't sleep on Khamzat. When he was fighting Robert Whittaker, everyone said, oh yeah, Whittaker's gonna get him. Hey, don't sleep on him. Khamzat's extremely talented, extremely strong. He can shock anyone. But Dricus Du Plessis, you can't sleep on him as well. He's the champion for a reason, taking out 3 champions back to back to back. So, hey, respect to all those guys. I respect every one of these fighters. I know people at home were spectators and were fans, and they like to just kind of talk. Oh, he had a bad performance. He had a boring one. But, hey, you have to respect each and every one of these guys that's willing to get in here, in little bitty gloves and damn near underwear and bare their soul in here. So you have to respect that.
Furthermore, Caio Borralho adds to the uncertainty surrounding this fight. He says it's tough to bet against Dricus Du Plessis because he keeps proving people wrong, but at the same time, it's just as hard to bet against a monster like Khamzat. Both men are unpredictable, making this a matchup where confidence in a clear winner is nearly impossible.
Actually, right now, it's hard to bet against DDP because he always shut my mouth, you know? I always bet against him and he always shut my mouth. So it's hard to bet against him, but it's hard to bet against Khamzat. It's just gonna be how prepared to the Khamzat style. That is not a wrestling style, it's a different thing. That's the mistake that people do a lot. They prepare to fight against a wrestler, and Khamzat is not, it's not pure wrestling. He has a system, he does something different. He puts jiu-jitsu on the wrestling, so he needs to be well prepared, not against a wrestler, but against this Khamzat style. And I don't know if he's gonna be ready for that. Like, I feel that this fight can be as fast as the Whittaker fight.
Caio goes on to break down the pace. He believes the fight will start off extremely fast, but if it extends beyond the second or third round, DDP could gain the upper hand. His physical strength and size might wear Khamzat down over time. For Caio, this fight is all about how long Khamzat can maintain control early.
I think that this fight can be really, really fast, but I can see this fight going to the second, the third round, and then I see some advantage for Dricus, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like Dricus' size will be a problem at all, or not really?
Yeah, size and strength, you know? Like, I think Khamzat, to make him stay on the ground and all that, and Dricus is not bad on the ground, you know? So to make him stay on the ground and all that, if Dricus can take like 1.5 rounds or 2 rounds, maybe Khamzat will be like fatigued for doing so much strength and all that, and then the fight's gonna get better to Dricus, you know?
Adding to the voices backing Dricus Du Plessis, Mike Perry takes a clear stance. He calls DDP a monster in the ring and questions whether Khamzat even has the ability to take the fight. Perry suggests Khamzat might avoid the matchup altogether, doubting his chances against someone as dangerous as Dricus.
I think DDP's big and strong and scary-ish. Like, he's a good guy, but like when he's in that ring, he's really powerful. Chimaev lets us think he's not as smart as he is. He has game plans. Chimaev's been a terror in the UFC. He's really taken a lot of it over, and we're all excited to see him compete. DDP's been really humble, but very, very courageous, very strong. I think DDP wins if they fight, which is hard to say they even will fight. I don't see Khamzat Chimaev taking a fight that he doesn't see himself having the ability to win.
From Dricus himself, the confidence is loud and clear. He boldly declares that Khamzat is next and that he's ready to take the belt. His statement is brief but powerful, reflecting his determination to prove he's the rightful champion and shut down all the hype surrounding Chimaev.
Khamzat's next. Khamzat is next. I want to make sure that this belt, the middleweight title, that there's no question that I'm the GOAT.
However, Dominic Cruz offers a more measured take. He acknowledges that this might be the toughest test of DDP's career, but believes Dricus can pull through. Cruz points to DDP's rugged frame and natural strength, arguing that his physicality could be the key to surviving and outlasting Khamzat's early attack.
I actually really like Dricus right now, the way he's looking. Like I said in the Schmo interview, he doesn't really stay on the center line. His striking and the stance switch really supports him in the rest of the takedown defense. Yeah. Because as long as you don't sit right in front of a guy consistently, it's hard to get a hold of the legs and shoot on you. So he's also very big and strong, so I think he can challenge the strength of Chimaev in the first 2 rounds, which a lot of people haven't been able to rival. Just the strength alone has been too much, and I think Dricus is sturdy enough and big enough he can challenge it, but I will say I think it might be the toughest fight of his career so far.
On the other side, Michael Bisping emphasizes Khamzat's finishing ability. He ranks Khamzat alongside Tom Aspinall as one of the most dangerous closers in MMA today. Bisping predicts that Khamzat won't wait around. He'll come out swinging, looking to end things quickly before DDP has a chance to find his rhythm.
We've never seen him go 5 rounds. But we do know the man is a finisher. He is a phenom. He's a freak of nature. He's a strong son of a... He's a great wrestler. He might not have the accolades of a Bold Nickel, but holy when it comes to being effective, Khamzat Chimaev is right up there. He's one of the best finishers that we have in mixed martial arts right now. In fact, I will say the 2 best finishers in all of MMA right now, Tom Aspinall and Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat, 14 fights, 12 stoppages, 2 decisions, as I said earlier. And I'm telling you, he's going to try and finish Dricus Du Plessis straight away.
Meanwhile, Sean Strickland remains unsure. He admits DDP might struggle to handle Khamzat's aggression, especially early on. But Strickland also believes there's a path to victory. If Dricus can close the distance and control Khamzat through grappling, he might just flip the script and walk away with the win.
So those little Chechen fucks, I don't want to say Chechen, he's not Chechen, he's Swedish, but those little Chechen whore, like, dude, they can grapple. And like someone like me, who I've been training with these fuckers for years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple them. So I just don't know if Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him.
Yeah.
But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, you know. I mean, I sparred the Chechen whore, like hands down, I think Dricus wins. But it's just gonna come down to like, are you gonna be able to like stop that counter? Are you gonna be able to counter wrestle? And like you can, it's not hard. You just gotta like, it's not hard. Yeah. But you know, I've been training these little terrorists for forever. So it's like, I just gotta know how to do it.
Meanwhile, Khamzat Chimaev's ambition goes far beyond a single division. His sights are set on becoming a 3-division champion, a feat no one has achieved before. He's determined to dominate at middleweight, then move up and take titles at light heavyweight and beyond. This fight is just one stop on that journey.
It seems like you're next up for the title. What do you envision your title run looking like? Do you want to clear out the middleweight division, or would you prefer to sort of go up to light heavyweight and challenge?
Bro, I'm talking about 3 belts from a long time ago, so of course I want to go up. But what Dana White, what the UFC wants, I don't know, man. So if they gives me, first I have in my weight class, need to take the belt, so then I gonna think about it as well.
Noticing this resolute ambition, Jason Mayhem Miller praises Khamzat's all-around skills, highlighting his dangerous mix of kickboxing and grappling. He warns that Dricus Du Plessis must be ready to handle both striking pressure and takedown threats. According to Miller, Khamzat brings a complete game that could overwhelm opponents who aren't ready for everything at once.
Du Plessis the champ?
Yes.
Versus Khamzat?
Yeah, Khamzat. This kind of thing is, all right, so now do you counter wrestle? Do you find your striking exchanges working when you push the guy backwards? And can you do that without overshooting and getting taken down? Do you want to get taken down and make a scramble and this? No, probably not. Du Plessis has work cut out for him. Like, he has to kind of figure this enigma out of a dude who can kickbox pretty good with this European style kickboxing and also really high level grappling. I don't know. I think it'll come down to who's in the best shape, who's the best conditioned. That's really the end of that.
When asked to make a choice, Jason doesn't hesitate. He picks Khamzat. Despite all the debate and breakdowns from fighters and analysts, his trust remains with Chimaev. For him, Khamzat's relentless style, wrestling dominance, and proven toughness are enough to believe he'll walk away victorious when the cage door closes.
Yeah, Chimaev, you know, because he has like this special ingrained, and I say this because you start the kids young and they just get a little extra something, you know, there's a little bit of extra feel. There's another 10,000 hours put on top of their athleticism because they've been doing this for so long, grappling especially. And Du Plessis is an excellent grappler, but what it comes down to is being able to relax during those grappling exchanges and not use that much energy. His body is big, but he's like a bigger human being, not necessarily just a big muscle-bound guy like Du Plessis. He's like Du Plessis has the frame of a lighter man, but has put on muscle to compete at the higher weight class. Yeah, Chimaev might have an edge, might be an upset there.
Robert Whittaker also weighs in, believing Khamzat has the tools to bring DDP down. He suggests Dricus might struggle with Khamzat's wrestling-heavy style. For Whittaker, the outcome may come down to whether DDP can stay on his feet or risk being controlled on the ground from start to finish.
How do you stop his takedown? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Dricus will stop Chimaev's takedown.
Okay.
I like it. It's like, oh, mate, trust me, it's kept me up at night. I've been just running it back.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like there's a way, but it's tricky. Okay, because once he gets his hand on you, once you back up on that fence, he's going to stay there on you. Now, can he do that? Can he? Because I believe he will get Dricus down.
Brian Sellen also believes in Khamzat and says he is a better striker. He favors Khamzat in this upcoming fight and is confident he can win.
I think he TKOs him.
I think Khamzat is a better striker, and I think Khamzat's a better wrestler, and I think DDP is a killer. But I think it's Khamzat's time.
I don't think so. I disagree.
And I would also say who has a harder time making the weight? Does that play a factor into it? DDP doesn't get tired though.
No,
I haven't seen him get tired.
I've seen Khamzat get tired.
Yeah.
And Khamzat's way better strength
But
of
I've
schedule.
also seen
way
Khamzat
better.
training now, and he trains like a fucking monster.
Have you seen DDP train?
No.
Speaking of monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just could be totally off on Khamzat. He's a minus 200. Dude, take my fucking money.
Really? You got DDP?
Yes. Especially as a dog. I figured he'd be the favorite.
However, Brendan Schaub doesn't agree with Brian. He thinks DDP is the beast. He talks about how DDP beat up Whittaker, and he is a bigger and stronger guy who can easily knock out Khamzat.
Did you see what DDP did to Robert Whittaker?
I did see what DDP did to Robert Whittaker.
Strength of schedule so much better. And then Khamzat, I look at the Gilbert Burns fight. You know, you look at the Kamaru Usman fight. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but he did out wrestle Kamaru a lot. Just kind of
Talking about the tiny Kamaru, 170?
Yeah, but Kamaru's a big boy. You ever been around him? Small legs.
Oh,
small
sweetie.
legs, but big.
He's built like a stingray. Oh, sweetie. You know how big DDP is? He's damn near the size of Tom Aspinall.
It's so crazy how big he is. You showed me that video, that picture of him with
With Bisping?
So Bisping is 220. I've spent plenty of time with Bisping. I was on the plane with him recently. He's 220.
Bring up the picture of DDP and Tom Aspinall. Aspinall cuts to 65.
That's crazy. All right, let me see.
While many are leaning toward Khamzat, Gabe Green sees it differently. He puts his faith in Dricus Du Plessis, believing DDP has what it takes to overcome the odds. Gabe values Dricus' strength, durability, and unpredictable energy, confident that the South African warrior has the tools to shock the world.
Is Khamzat making it there? Or is he gonna pull out? That's the question. If he's such like a freak of nature almost, Khamzat, man. But then you look at like the success that Gilbert had against him. I'm gonna go Du Plessis actually for that one.
Now it's your turn. What do you think? Will Khamzat storm through Dricus with his usual aggression, or will DDP's grit and stamina flip the script in the later rounds? Drop your predictions in the comments and let us know whose side you're on. This fight could go either way, and we want to hear your take before the cage door shuts. Let the debate begin.